What is going on YouTube? Today we are back with another video, and you guys see the monstrosity we have before us. So another shoe that's been thrown in the washer. The right shoe isn't too bad, but you guys can see the damage that happened on the left shoe is definitely super tough. You can even see like the detergent stains still there and all the good stuff, well, bad stuff in this case. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to make these as brand new as possible again. I'm gonna start off by taking out the laces, and then we're gonna make our way from there. Okay, now I'm just gonna run some water through it as I just go ahead and continue brushing it. Right now I'm just gonna quickly use my stiff texture brush to go around and clean up the midsole and the outsole. I also use the stiff texture brush to clean up the uppers more, just to try to get the detergent out a bit more, and it did help a little bit. I'm going to show you guys more of that later. Okay, so after completely soaking the shoes and running the water through them and all that stuff, right now I'm just using my microfiber cloth to get everything out. And I can see like there's still soap detergent coming out of the shoes. And that's pretty much what's causing the staining. You guys can see the toe box is obviously wet, but it seems like a lot of the staining that was there is gone. We just have to see when it actually dries. And as I'm rubbing my finger over it, I can see like more detergent coming up. Okay, so this is after 2 rinsings. You guys can see a lot of that water damage is gone, especially on the left shoe where it was like really bad. But it still left these stains, and I'm not too sure what it is. I think it's still like more detergent, but I don't know why it's drying up like this. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to try the tissue method. So I'm going to lay this tissue over the toe just like that. Then I'm going to get a thick paintbrush. I'm going to wet it. And then I'm just going to use that to lay it down to the shoe like so. And I'm just going to try it on one area just to see how it dries. Okay, so if you guys remember, this was like a whole spot right here. I took it off and it actually absorbed some of the staining. So I'm gonna do the full tissue method around the shoes, and we're gonna see what it looks like after. Okay guys, at this point, the tissue is dried up. As you guys can see through the tissue, you can see the spots where all of the staining actually was. So I'm really just hoping that all the water stains are gone once I do this. And it's the same thing on this shoe. All those areas that had the heavy staining is showing through the tissue. So like I said, we're just hoping that it got all of it out. And no, it did not. There is still some staining. It's definitely not as much. Like, it definitely took out a lot of it. It definitely did take out. I gotta give it some credit. It did. And you guys can see, like, even when I wet the shoes, the stains stand out, which is weird. I don't get why that's happening. Like, the shoes are completely wet, but these parts of the shoe are like standing out for some weird reason. So it's either like there's still soap trapped in there, or that's just permanent damage that I can't do anything about. So yeah. Okay, so I have some, I think this is 1200 grit sandpaper. It's around 1200 grit. And I'm just gonna try sanding out the parts that stained out. So just like this, I'm gonna start sanding it. Alright, so the wet sanding did do me some justice. It removed a lot of the marks. There's still like slight variations. Okay guys, so I made a huge breakthrough on these floors. Like, you guys can see that like I pretty much got most of the staining out on the left shoe, which is insane. So what I was doing was I'm using my Tack Life right here, and I literally was just like using this ballpoint, and I was just going over like this and sanding it over. And then what I would do was I would grab my like actual suede eraser, go over it, and then it started to just like disappear and stuff like that. Alright guys, I tried mixing this color on camera the first time. It didn't come out too well, and it was very frustrating. I'm using light gray, using pink, and cream and white, and this is the color I've gotten. So what I did was I used my heat gun, dried it up. Same thing on the side. And then I was using some 2000 grit sandpaper as you see here, and I was just sanding it down. It was kind of blending it really nicely. So I'm just gonna keep doing that, and hopefully we can just get to as match as close as possible. All right, guys, the shoes are finished. I did as much as I could considering the condition they were in. I think these came out pretty fine. The paint is a little bit off, but like I really just couldn't match it any closer to that color considering how the water damage did the shoes. But I think they came out great. Here's how they look on feet. I think those don't look bad at all, really. So yeah, this is definitely one of our toughest projects yet. We got some experience from this. Next time we'll do a better job. We'll match the paint better. We'll get the stains out more effectively because now we know what to do, what not to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. If any have questions or concerns, drop a comment or DM me. I'm always happy to help, and I will see you guys in the next one.